been a full-time streamer for pretty much 9 years. I've been on every platform you can think of. I was a Mixer partner. I am now a Facebook partner as well. Most of my content's here on Twitch, and then my main focus on all content outside of Twitch is on TikTok.
I'm muted again, damn it. All right. Well, all right. Thank you. God, like I said, every time I always end up, but you know, it's live production, right? Everything always messes up. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Doghouse Live. This is Dog and Company, the creator talk show. I have my guest today, SnipingforDom. I have watched him for the last three and a half years that I know that I have been trying to get into this industry. It's not a very easy industry to get into. It's forgiving in a way, but you know, for getting into it and getting to that point of being forgiven is another thing. But anyways, I'm glad you're all here. Dom, thank you for doing this with me. Uh-oh.
Glad to be here.
There you go. Everybody can hear everything okay? Mute the sound check. Everything else is good. I know. My earbuds are going out, so everything just sounds the same to me, no matter how loud it is.
Chat, let us know. Are we good? Audio good?
And don't be scared to ask questions throughout this. This is your time. Good here, good there. That's all we needed. We just needed one. Anyways, like I said, thank you for doing this with me. I appreciate it. Like I said, I watched you do yours and watched your stream and stuff like that, and followed you for, like I said, on and off for the last 3 years. And I was really stoked when you said, yeah, we'll do it. So it's like, cool. But anyways, why don't you kind of tell us a little bit about yourself for those that don't know you?
So you can call me Derek or Dom. My actual government name is Derek. Dom is my son for a lot of people. It's crazy to me because there's still people that have followed me for years that call me Dom, and then when they actually get a chance to see me and Dom streaming, and I'll say like, "Oh, good shot, Dom," because he's a Fortnite god. If we play together, they're like, "Wait, I thought you were Dom," and I'm just sitting there. I'm like, "How the fuck do you not know by now after 4 years?" But no, I am. I've been a full-time content creator. Jesus, pretty much almost 10 years full time now on all the platforms you can think of, man. My career, if they're interested, I started out back in the day spinning in circles on the Modern Warfare COD 4.
Wow.
And then I linked up with some boys with the names of likes of Zerg Grizz and some of the people who were pre-Optic. Optic used to have a sniping team. And that's kind of where I got my name, and then build on, and then eventually later got tired of doing the whole YouTube thing and built the SnipingforDom brand, which is now in about 9.5 years in existence.
Wow. 9.5 years in this industry. That is like, that is a very, very long time. 9 years might not seem a long, but I mean,
hold on. I'm gonna give you a close up real quick. You see this gray? Like, it's shaved down, but the gray's here, homie. I promise you.
But yeah, no, I mean, for those of you, I mean, like I said, I know most of you have been around here, but some of these are watching this for the very first time and don't know exactly what content creation is. 9 years is 9 years is like a 20 year in a normal job, because as much stuff as a content creator goes through, It's just crazy, and it does it. I've noticed ever since I've only been doing it 3 years, and I've noticed my gray is getting grayer. I mean, I'm to the point now where I have no hair almost either. So, um,
The business aspect is fun, right? Like,
yeah.
it's what's the next goal? Can we meet it? But I think a lot of people, they seem to misconstrue the whole idea of, oh, this person just plays video games for a living. They don't see what goes behind the scenes. They don't see the mental things that we go through. Like, if we do want to turn this into a business, of wondering when our next paycheck's going to come.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? We're like a musician in Times Square, just hoping that we might get some change that day.
Yep.
It's truly that way. I'm not gonna lie.
Yep. No, it is. That's the reason. That's the reason why so many new. I don't like calling them small streamers, because I really don't believe there's a such thing as a small streamer. There is a new streamer. There is somebody that an uneducated streamer. But when it comes to small streamer, that's just a stereotype that, and it literally sometimes it can even hurt you. Calling
I
yourself
hate
small.
that people normalize calling themselves small streamers. Everyone started at zero, right? We all started at zero. It's you're a streamer or you're not. You enjoy playing video games with turning on a camera, or you don't. It's that simple.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just crazy. Like I said, like I was telling Dom earlier, it's just like, or I was telling him earlier that, I only started doing this 3 years. I had nobody to come in with. I had no idea. My only reference point was watching these guys, so it's just like watching you guys, and you make it look so easy. And it's not easy.
It's yeah, welcome.
I mean, it's easy if you just want to do it for, just shits and giggles. But I mean, if you're wanting to make a career out of it, it is not easy.
One, I love hearing things like that, to know that. So even though this is a business, and this whole talk, for all you guys that are going to be watching this or later on through a VOD or whatever, I just want to let people know, so you don't get offended. I am very real. I take the words that come out of my mouth as if you were to be a brother or a close friend of mine in real life. What you get behind my camera is actually dumbed down to my craziness in real life. I'm still the same way, but I've always had a passion for wanting to make people smile. I believe truly that is the main purpose for me to be on this war, in this world. And if I don't do that, I don't think a lot of people understand. Like, I really think that that's my calling. And when I don't think I'm accomplishing that, I beat myself up to another level of depression that no one, I mean, some people will probably get it, you know what I'm saying? But a lot of people probably couldn't even fathom what I go through in the darkness sometimes, because that's, one, my passion, and two, I really think that that's my true calling out there in the world.
Yeah, no. Night Stalker, that is awesome. I mean, if you're showing increased growth, even after, I mean, some of these people, and that's one thing, I've been talking to a lot of people here lately, behind the scenes and stuff like that. If you've made it 3 years and you're still wanting and still have the passion to do it, you will make it.
Keep going.
Yeah.
I actually know Night Stalker. I get to go to PAX, to Boston, the biggest gaming convention, every year. Nice. They give me free tickets. I've gone out there for Mixer. I've done, the meet a partner section for Microsoft. I've gone for other sponsors, worked the booths and talked to people. Night Stalker, I've actually met probably now, I think 4 times. He comes to Boston every year to meet me, and a super smart young kid. And I always told him, don't give up, because you could be the next me. You could be the next Ninja. You could be way better than both of us combined. It takes a little bit of luck and fucking dedication, 100%.
Yep. And also, I want to take a real quick, all the people that followed offline from the last couple of days, ever since this started going, posting on Twitter and stuff like that, I really, really appreciate that. I mean, like I said, I don't look at numbers But it is nice to see that people actually have an interest to come to this channel and learn about this stuff. So thank you very much for all those. But no, it's just like, yeah, it's crazy, you know. But yeah, if you see growth, I mean, this is the way I look at it. And this is what I've, you know, found out with my research, because I'm a big research hound. If you see yourself growing, it doesn't, even if it's like one every 2 months or something like that, as long as you're growing, going forward and not backwards, you're doing something right. So
I always tell people, there's, as long as you keep going, like, you might have shitty days, right? You might have shitty weeks or even shitty months.
Yeah.
I've been there. We've all been there. But as long as you don't stop, you can't, there's no declination there in any way, shape, or form. Yeah, you might lose a couple followers here and there. Those weren't real people that you wanted in your community to begin with.
Yeah.
It's not really a loss.
No. And a lot of times too, that's why people say not to look at the numbers, because especially on Twitch's numbers, because Twitch, some of the people, even if they followed you, if they have not interacted with your chat in so many months, it bounces them as a follower. I don't know why.
Yep. I know. Yeah, trust me. I know. It's hard to get past. The only way to really make sure that you get past that moment is you 100% have to turn off that view count.
Yeah.
Because I don't, and I should. I preach this, mind you, okay? I tell people all the time, turn off your view count and act like you have 1,000 people watching you. You'll have no fucking idea. Yep. Because that one person could come by. You know, Mercs, Nick may come by your channel, and if you're not sitting there talking, or if you're not sitting there having a good time, why the fuck does he want to take time, or any of these creators, out of their day to throw their viewers at you and help you, when they can go to the next person who might have one fucking viewer that is fucking, and no one talking, that is acting like the world is like the greatest thing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So you have to take that to heart.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. And I try to do that, but you know, like I said, on this channel, since I've started this channel, I kind of just, I go on my stream just to chat with my community, and, you know, I really don't even pay much attention to it. But definitely a mentor. Yeah, and that's it. You know, if you can find somebody, and that shows how positive of a impact that he's making on people. If you look at him as a mentor and stuff like that, and that means he's doing something right. And those kind of words right there make creators like us, I don't know, I would rather hear stuff like that than, you know, getting 10 subs or 10, you know, 10 biddies.
Right.
You know, just because of the fact that, you know, his passion to doing this and my passion to help, you know, doing this means more to us than, you know, the financial aspects of it. Now, don't get me wrong, the financial aspects of it is always nice, but it's not the number one reason why we do it. And that's another thing too. If you go into this with the idea you're going to be making millions of dollars, you might as well shut your stream down right now, close it up, and just
delete your fucking channel.
just sell all, I'm not lying. Just sell all your shit and find something else. Because, like I said, I mean, you're not going to make. What I seen a stat the other day. I don't know if you guys ever watch Devin Nash or anything like that on Twitch, but he does a lot of stats and stuff like that for Twitch. And
Nash is a brilliant man.
Yeah, and he sat there and said there's only like, what was it? What did he say? Like 0.03% of the streamers on Twitch actually make a livable wage.
Yeah, that's probably. That's very fucking accurate, actually. I would almost, that's pretty close to what I, yeah.
So, yeah. I mean, a livable wage would mean...
It depends on someone's community. Yeah. I'm not going to lie. I have a community, so there's going to be a lot of real talks with this, and I don't want you or anyone to fucking feel bad, because there's a lot of good things that come out of it, okay? And I don't ever want to make someone feel like I need something, because I don't. What I'm about to say is very real, though. If you have a strong community behind you that backs you, they are the only reason why I keep going.
Yeah.
2 to 3 years ago, I was probably making, I would say, anywhere between $2,000 to $4,000 a month. That would include donations, subs, embers, when I was on Mixer and stuff like that. Coming to Twitch, where I have a bigger platform, that has drastically changed. Okay. And I'm very gracious for the community that I have, because they keep me. If it wasn't for them, I really just want them to know, like, I have wanted to quit gaming for the past 2 years. Some of them are in my chat every day and they know this, and they won't let me stop. So I appreciate and love them as much as whatever it is that I help them get through on a daily basis. I will never forget this for the rest of my life. These people have literally changed my life and my thought process. And some of these people I've never met ever.
Yeah.
And I consider them fucking family. And it's fucking wild to me, man. It's wild.
Yeah, it just goes back to, one of my questions. It's just like, also, it's like, when you very first started this, did you, I know you said you started back on Twitch, and we'll touch that a little bit later, but,
Sure.
Getting into building a community and stuff like that. I mean, how did you get into it? I mean, was there any influences you had, people you watched, or was it just something that you just stumbled across and just started?
In all honesty, yeah. I mean, you and the people that are in here, I got some people from my community in here. They know that I'm very real. I don't care if I hurt someone's feelings. I don't care if someone doesn't like me.
Yep.
It is what it is, honest to God's truth. I didn't really get into gaming until I was probably like 18. Like, I had a Nintendo when I was a kid, showing my age,
Hey, Atari.
I had, but I didn't really get into gaming until like Mortal Kombat came out on the Sega Genesis. And at that time I was like a teenager. 12, 13, if I'm not mistaken, somewhere in that area. And it was okay. It wasn't something that I was extremely passionate about. The only reason why I enjoyed it at that time was my dad would tell me not to put in the blood code to Mortal Kombat. And I still remember it to this day. I swear to God. I swear to fucking God.
I remember searching for that code.
ABACABBA. Put in the blood code for Sega Genesis, and I would lock my door. And that was fun for me, because then I felt like I was living on the edge a little bit. Like, oh, is my dad going to beat the shit out of me or not? Like, I don't know. But after that, it wasn't until in high school I had a computer teacher that I fucked around with a lot. He told me, I got into programming at a young age.
That's nice.
And for the malicious end of it.
Oh.
So yeah. So a lot of people don't know this. I end up costing my dad a lot of money.
Oh no.
Yeah. Oh yeah, bud. But I got into a game called Counter-Strike 1.6.
Mm-hmm.
Once me and my computer teacher butted heads, because he was kind of a dick. It wasn't that he was like a douche, but he wanted to see me succeed, and I thought I was smarter than what I was, and he would always, bust my balls a lot. Mm. So eventually I ended up shutting down my whole school system. Police got involved and everything.
Oh man.
After that, we kind of seemed eye to eye, and he got me into a game called in study hall. He would let me come back there after, everything was a little bit calmed down. He let me play a game called Counter-Strike 1.6. And I kind of like really fell in love. That was like my first real shooter, like a first person shooter that just, I was addicted. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
like addicted. I couldn't stop. So then I started playing at home, and then I got away from gaming, and, I wasn't that great of a teenager, I worked. I partied my ass off. I was worried about chasing pussy. Sorry, am I allowed to say all this on here?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
yeah. I don't have a contract over here, so we can say anything.
I was worried about shit. I guess we could have discussed this earlier, huh? Sorry, guys. I'm a couple bourbons down and now some Pinot Grigio down.
Ooh.
Yeah. I was worried about chasing girls. I mean, I was fucking 17, 18. I mean, come on, you know? And I lived in a small town. There wasn't shit to do. Literally nothing to do. I lived in between cornfields. Maybe population, I don't know, 8,000 people or something like that. I could be wrong, but small town.
Small town living for the win.
Yeah. Now I was gonna say, yeah. So I branched out after that, and then I was going to college, which I shouldn't have been because I wasn't taking it serious. I felt like I had to do something so I could keep my parents and family off of my ass. I knew it wasn't for me, but I went. Right. So I did computer classes and it was easy, just ignorant shit. And it was a waste of my time. The Xbox 360 came out and I was able to get my hands on one of those, and Call of Duty 2 was one of the games that was on the system. That's where it fucking changed my life for the rest of my life. I got really addicted. I ended up dropping out of college at that time because I just want to consume all my time playing that game. And at that time, there was nothing like streaming.
Yeah.
And nothing really like YouTube videos yet. Okay.
Nope.
So I just knew I had a passion for something. Then a couple years pass, Call of Duty 4 comes out, and I meet up with a couple group of guys that we are just, you get addicted to the game and you want to see how far you can do some stupid shit. At that time, I smoked a lot of weed. I haven't for years, but that's what I did. Like I said, once again, small town, you ain't got shit to do. I would just get high and I would play Call of Duty for like fucking tens of hours at a time.
Okay.
A bum in theory. No, I mean, not don't take that. Anyone take that direct in a bad negative way, but I was a fucking bum.
Well, that's what our parents would have called us. I mean, So.
Yeah.
I'm sure my parents called me that quite a bit.
That's where I got linked up with some guys, and they're like, "Hey, let's do some things like that just sounds stupid." So we would spin on the ground in a circle and pull our right trigger with a sniper and see if we could hit someone 5 feet away from us. Right? Like, now when you think of it, it's like, oh yeah, you could probably go out to any game and probably do that 2 out of 10 times easily. Yeah. So we were doing dumb things like that. And then YouTube started becoming a thing. And we had shitty, crappy phone qualities back then.
Yep.
No capture cards were really crazy invented yet until the Hot Pog came out. If anybody remembers that, you're as old as me, and Jesus, we're probably near our deathbed probably in the next couple years. So.
Getting pretty close, yeah.
Yeah. So then it just kind of evolved all from that. A wild ride. It doesn't feel like I've put this much time into doing what I'm doing, but I can say 100% the first 5 years this is for you content creators or anyone that wants to get into the business. Your first 3 to 4 years, please do not expect anything. Do it for the right reasons. Make sure that you have a passion for gaming, not a passion for business, not anything like that. A passion for gaming and just wanting to have fun with some friends, and that's it. I'm not saying that you can't get lucky in this business, because you can.
Yeah.
But you have to 100% understand how it all works. which still doesn't guarantee you anything, because I write programs for people on how to, if you don't have the drive and the passion, I promise you, you will not go anywhere.
No. And that's it too. It's just like, that's the reason why so many people fail, because they go into it for the wrong reason. They go into it for the thinking they're like, like we talked earlier, that they're going to make this, their full-time career. It's a good idea to have that in your back of your mind as a goal. But just like he said, within your first 3 to 5 years, it's all got to be, you've got to learn your way around. You've got to learn the ins and outs of things, meeting people is the most key.
Which is like 50-50 too. So I want people to understand this. It's okay to network in the right way.
Oh yeah.
But also, you're going to go through a lot of people that are going to dick you over. I don't think a lot of people understand this. This to me is like almost kind of like Hollywood in the sense. This is a very cutthroat business. I'm being very dead ass about that. One person is going to use you. Yeah, it's them. I mean, obviously, think about it. It's them getting a step ahead, and they'll promise you certain things and say, hey, as long as you help me get to this next goal, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to help bring, I'll bring you along.
Yep.
Very, very rare does that ever happen in this line of business. I have always been one of the people is like, hey, if you're a good person, because I've been through this enough over the years with companies, sponsorships, people who want to get into streaming, or knowing which ones are actually really there that have your back. You'll still get fooled. Don't get me wrong. You'll still get fooled.
Yeah, I did.
But you learn a lot in this business. Almost like it's just like real life, but I think there's a little bit more snakes in this business.
Yeah, it's just like my mod Chad. We're both from, when he said sounds familiar when you're talking about that, be careful of what you do. And also watch out for these organizations or these stream teams. That's what I want to, because of the stream teams. Be careful of some of these stream teams, because I mean, they all might flashy, they got the big flashy lights, say, oh, join us, we'll help you grow. But make sure you research them out thoroughly before you join any team. Same thing goes.
Can I be a little ballsy on what I'm about to say?
Go.
Fuck organizations. Fuck stream teams. Fuck anybody else. Do it by yourself. Build your brand. Yep. Why are you going to put yourself in the spotlight for someone else to get bigger than you? Now, if it's okay, there's a few teams out there that 100%, if you get a chance to join, drop your fucking hat and go. And I'm talking about your big names, FaZe, maybe something like Era, Dar, I'm just naming off some teams that could give you some kind, Red, Reserve, any of those.
Yeah, I'll give you a boost. Yeah.
Those will boost you and help you. The other ones, guess what you're doing? They're counting on you to bring them a certain amount of followers, viewers, or some kind of recognition towards their brand.
Yep.
Okay. I'm not saying that it's not always a bad fucking idea. I'm just saying focus on you and your brand, because then you take it a little bit more serious. Yeah. You'll be the only one at fault. You look how many times, like nowadays, there's been some discrepancies with players who are really huge, and then the team fucks them over in their contract. Yep. They would have never had. Could they have gotten that big? Yeah, it may have taken a little bit longer. However, they wouldn't have gone through all the bullshit and then locked to a contract that they can't fucking get out of, legality reasons. Yeah. I mean, I honestly think if you're going to do this and you're really super passionate about it, build your brand from scratch. And just remember that you are probably not going to see any kind of turnover or the things that you might want business-wise as a business within 3 to 5 years.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm 100% on that one there because I really haven't seen much of a. I mean, I've seen a little bit of growth in what I've done, but when the business aspect of it, I haven't seen that until just here recently.
You know, and there's one thing I don't know if I should say this live, but I want people to understand where I come from and how much I appreciate you. My balls were actually busted about coming on this show.
Were they really?
They said yes, yes, and it wasn't from people who are normal regulars of mine. They were like, "Yo, why would you go on a show
Oh,
with a couple hundred followers? When you could just do this yourself and gain more retention?" I was like, "That's bullshit," because I was smaller back in the day, and I also know who you are. And I don't think that you're just trying to do your job and do a good job at it. I don't think you're trying to take any type of advantage over anybody.
oh no.
And it's good to help smaller people. You have to keep your circle small,
Mm-hmm.
and you have to know which ones to help push along. Because one of these days, I tell you what, you keep shit up like this, it's going to intrigue a lot of people. You'll be bigger than me. I promise you. It's a different type of. I really do think so. This is what I wish I was doing every day.
Yeah.
I just don't have the time anymore. Let alone when I do things like this, I want a personal connection with someone. And guess what happens when that happens? I want to sit here and sit. Like, hey, this is what it would happen in real life. Like,
Yeah.
yo, let's go have a talk. Let's have a drink, and I'm just gonna, keep going. So I appreciate you reaching out to me. And if that person's watching who sent me that message, you can go eat a bag of fucking dicks because he deserves, any kind of growth that he can get out of this because he's doing a good thing.
But no, that's one thing too. When you guys go, as a content creator and stuff like that, you're gonna want people, and it's just that you want something to brand, to help brand yourself with. Just be very, very careful what you go out with, because some of those are, that was one of the things that was going to touch on was the difference between a partnership and an affiliate. An affiliate basically, you're a salesperson for them. That's all you are. You don't get.
Yeah, you're helping another. Exactly. You know what? If this helps anyone, fuck. Okay, 85% fuck sponsorships.
Yeah.
You are building a brand, helping someone else get up there for a measly, most of the time you'll get 5 to 10% in commission.
Yeah.
That's not a sponsorship. That is an affiliate program. Anyone can do that. Anyone on the internet that doesn't even play games can literally approach, if they have a website and let's say they have a concurrent 5,000 viewers a week, they can pop at G Fuel or any of these companies and say, hey, here's what I bring in, blah blah blah. It doesn't hurt them at all to give you a 5. This is the thing that fucking blows my mind. So when I do a sponsorship, it's because I 100% totally believe in the product. I've used it, and it's something that I know that I'm going to continue to use. Correct?
Yep.
So some of these, some of these companies are just going to give you, like, it might sound cool when you're up and coming and you can say, oh, I'm sponsored by blah, blah, blah. You're not sponsored. You have an affiliate code, which anyone pretty much can get. Yep. Okay, so don't think that changes things for your business. A true sponsorship is when these people actually pay you a monthly statement. Whether it's, hey, we'll give you $200 a month. You just always put us on your channel. You talk about us 5 times a month, a week, whatever it may be. So please understand the difference between an affiliate program and a sponsorship program.
Yeah.
And don't just sign on with a small company. I promise you, I'm not saying that some companies that are starting out aren't going to be badass one day. 9 times out of 10, if they don't have a social media presence of over, let's say, 500 to 1,000 followers, you're wasting your time.
Yeah.
They will end up dicking you in some way, or you're going to help them and they're going to cut you off. It's I've seen it too many times. I just want to be real for people who might think this needs to be something that they want to do the next part of their business in the streaming industry. Sometimes, some of the downs will bring a little bit of ups, and that's okay. You don't have to mark that out completely as a loss. But sometimes it just sucks all around. So I would say until, if there's a streamer out there or someone that wants to get into it, or someone that thinks that this is going to be for them, don't worry about any sponsors whatsoever until you're at least 2,500 people deep on any platform. I really do think you should just focus on yourself. If someone believes in your product enough and you show enough value, the crazy thing about sponsorships is, as long as you have a fucking number, you're gonna get it. So keep working for the ones that you want.
And like I said, but just like you said, until I would say probably 3 years into it, I wouldn't even worry about sponsorships. I mean, unless somebody approaches you and said, "Hey, we'll give you this," then don't, if they're gonna give you money to do something, don't turn it down. Never turn down free money, especially if you don't have to do much for it.
100%.
But yeah, always research and always do the background. Do your due diligence in researching them for sure.
And if there's anyone in the chat that ever wants to reach out to me, and if you have a question about any of that, Shelly brought me some wine. If you have any questions, hit me up on any social media and I will be glad. Just remember, I'm a very straightforward person. I don't want to hurt your feelings, but I will tell you the truth.
And that's one of the things I liked about watching his streams, throughout the time he's starting to do this, was the fact that it didn't matter if there was somebody in his chat, if something going on in his chat, he would stop what he was doing and focus on that person. That is a true, I think every streamer, every content creator or whatever, they have to have something like that in order to actually be worth anything, in my book, so.
I hate seeing, I'm going to get some hate, but I'm very vocal about this. I hate seeing some of the people that are in their position in this industry that have hundreds, thousands, 10,000s of viewers. These people come in there every day. Now, I do understand that sometimes that chat, when you got 500 to 1,000 people that are chatting constantly, even if you throw it into slow mode, it's kind of hard to, catch. But when 90% of your stream isn't talking with your chat or engaging in some way, shape, or form, there's sometimes, like when I'm focusing on a game and I know that I want to get serious about it because I want to take it to the next level, in between games, there might be times that I do miss messages, but I'm like, hey, we got a couple minutes before we jump into the next game. If there was anything that I missed that was important, whether it was about me, them, streaming, anything, please, let's talk about that now and let's jump back into it, because that does happen, right? Like when I get on, it's like 50-50. It's for my personal enjoyment. It's my escape from reality. It's the only time I game, mind you, which a lot of people find that crazy. The only time that I've gamed, because I've done it for so long, for pretty much 10 years full time, is when I stream. I don't game off a stream. I don't. I have my other stuff that I have to take care of. So this is kind of like my fun time, so I will, miss it, but I do make sure, like, hey, whatever we need to talk about in between games, or if it's something fucking serious, I don't give a shit about that game that much. I'm not in a competition. Let's take 10, 20 minutes. Let's fucking talk about it, man. What's going on,
Yeah. No, exactly. Like I said,
and you just don't see people doing that, man.
And it's funny thing is, I've seen a few of them that they'll advertise that like in their Twitters and stuff like that, and some of the other stuff that they do. It's like, oh, if you need to talk, come talk to us. We'll talk back and stuff like that. Yeah. Then you go in their streams and they don't even acknowledge anybody that's in there. It's like, all right.
Yeah, all right. Yeah.
But yeah.
It blows my mind how some of these people get put on a pedestal and they just dump money into these people's pockets, and they're not even recognizing. There's a few, I won't name names because I'm more professional than that, but there's a few that I have watched within the past 3 months that have received donations, bits, and subs, any of those. I mean, not in that order, but any of those, and there was no response.
Yeah.
That fucking fuels me, dude. Oh my god. I don't understand. I don't get it.
Yeah, it's just like when I go in, I have, the ones that I see, I go into people's chats. Like I said, I'm constantly running through Twitch just to kind of see different people because I like meeting new people. And on here anyways. Now in real life, it's a different story. I want to say to myself, but no, yeah, they don't even have an alert set up in their chat, recognizing anything, I really got to bring that alert to the front. Thank you for the follow, by the way. Welcome to Doghouse. Anyways, see, it's just stuff like that, just a little chat message, or something saying thank you, or, I mean, it doesn't have to be extravagant, Twitch does that a lot, like with the alerts and stuff like that, if you click on it, they'll announce it, but just something personal from the streamer itself would be so enjoyable as a viewer, just to see. But yeah, and I think that's what turns a lot of people away after a while, is that they just start seeing that they don't acknowledge them ever, not even in a tweet. I try. It's like if I get some, a good hard raid or something like that through, I'll go and tweet it out. It's like, thank you, for the, and tag them in it and stuff like that. But
yeah, it's good business, man. It really is good business.
But yeah, mentioning alerts. Yeah, no, good timing, right? For some reason though, it's behind the overlay, and I don't know why. But it's probably because I make new overlays for every guest, so it's but no. So anyways, we touched a little bit about the history of your gaming and how you became into the streaming industry. Sure. What is your best memory? I'll put you on the spot.
Shit. Best memory, man.
I know it's kind of hard because we do have a lot.
I mean, after 10 years, I have tons. But I guess I have to get I got cold chills even thinking about this.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, shit. So can I two-part this?
Yeah.
All right, so there's two main things that I'll never, I mean, there's not much of this whole journey. I mean, this has been a big part of my life, right? There's not much of this that I'll ever forget, but I would say the two most memorable things, one would be, and is the most important to me, is the amount of messages I have received over the 10 years of being full-time in this industry that people have reached out to me and told me I have either helped them through suicide, a divorce, or a kid that was struggling, and I helped make them laugh and help their day better, or someone that wasn't able to ever be open with people, and whether they were gay or anything like that, like they had I always preach, to me, love is love. It is what it is. And it doesn't matter what religion, doesn't matter what color you are,
yep.
Anything like that, man. And some people may not agree with that, and that's fine. You're allowed anyone's allowed having their own opinion. For me, I think everyone on this earth is precious. We have one shot at life. Mm-hmm. And I hate this is kind of good for you guys because you guys don't see this sentimental version of me too often. But this goddamn wine, fuck.
I think it's why it's called wine, right?
But no, I would say, to be honest, man, that is that is on another level that I could never express, and it makes me understand that through all the ups and downs that I've been, whole thing, um, those are probably some of the most, to know that you saved someone's fucking life. You know what I'm saying?
It's very impactful.
And those family members around them still have them to this day. You can't fucking put a price on that, dude. I don't give a shit what it. I'll take that over $1 million. I honestly would, because I don't think that there's a price on anyone's life that's out there.
It isn't.
It is. Yeah. It is, Rigga. It is. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm getting emotional now because I know some of these messages that still sit in the back of my head. Very detailed. And I can honestly tell you, I won't say a name. That person is still around every once in a while to this day, and has been on the past couple platforms that I've been on. But a gentleman that found me, I was actually on YouTube and Mixer Switch. He actually had from what he stated, now I don't know this, but I don't see any reason of why this person would lie and go into this much detail. There was a gun. At this time, this kid was a teenager. There was a gun that was pointed at his skull. And the one thing that he loved at that time was Call of Duty, and that was it. That was his escape from reality. He found my stream, and I think I was like humping my chair or something, like twerking on my chair or humping my chair, something like that, you know. And I guess it just made him laugh, and he felt kind of better. And probably a week or two later, he wrote me this. I mean, this fucking thing was, I mean, it was like reading a mini novel. You know, it was so long. That's why it felt like this was serious to me.
Oh yeah.
You know, and stating like, hey man, I was at the end. I was going to pull a trigger. I had a gun to my skull. And if it wasn't for you, I just wanted to let you know. He's like, I don't want anything from you. I don't want you, you know, please don't ever mention my name. And I keep that shit sacred, you know.
Yeah, no.
It's got a special place in my heart.
Wow.
So, yeah, I'm telling you, man, that's the shit. Like, that's why I said I got fucking cold chills. You know, that was the first thing that I thought about. The second thing, to be honest, one of the most memorable things was how hard the transition. So when I got banned off Twitch, if people don't know the story, this is a little fucked up, but me and you talked about this previous, and I'll keep this short unless somebody else in the chat wants to hear a little bit more. But I was very popular on Twitch at the beginning. I had a group of people who didn't like my popularity because I was a nobody. I came out of nowhere. But I entertained people. I was crazy. I raged like a motherfucker, and I was extremely good at advanced warfare. Well, this group of people, one of them had a really big name that was a Twitch partner, and did not like me being above him. Started, you know, botting, view botting my channel at that time, and him and his whole little clan group started causing issues. Trying to think where I was. What was the last thing I said? Where was I going? Dog, where was I going with it?
The Twitch ban, they came into your channel to start.
Yeah, so after that, and the thing happened with a fan of mine who put a lot of money in my pocket. His uncle passed away. He threatened my son's life on 2 fake accounts. Okay. One was acting like a gangster, and the other one was just talking shit. I was getting private messages, like DMs on Twitch at that time. These whispers, so no one could see these. And I was doing a man show where we used to get paid to drink. He had a bad day. His uncle passed away. wanted to see me rage, because that was his escape from reality. He would come on my stream, he would watch me kick ass on Call of Duty, and then fucking yell obscenities that made him laugh. You know, it was entertainment.
Yeah.
That was his Netflix for the day, in theory. So I went off at the mouth. Twitch found out a little bit about my background, previous what I've done in my life, and they banned me off. And I went to YouTube. So the YouTube was really slow for me. I would make my money. I wouldn't get shit throughout the week, but on Friday nights, I still continued to do the man show, and I would make enough money on those man shows from drinking with friends and then just bullshitting and chatting with people that I was able to make my bills bare minimum. You know, I was in a gray fucking area that I tried to stream and try to make it a thing on YouTube. YouTube's live streaming service was kind of ass, and it really didn't help. But, you know, at the end of the week, it made up for it, and then it fucked up. I had pre-early access to BO4 before a shit ton of people. At that time, I was a COD partner, and something was goofing up. Me and my brother, every year for probably 5 or 6 years, we would do a 30-40 hour stream straight.
Oh, wow.
I would do 12 hours, he would do 12 hours, so we never shut the stream down. I would do 12 hours, I would get off, he would instantly take over the seat, he would wake up, do his 12, I'd go to sleep, wake up, do my 12, and we just kept doing that for like 3 days straight whenever these new CODs came out.
Yeah.
So in the middle of that, it was like day 1, day 2, maybe. I'm not showing up in the YouTube category whatsoever. Everyone's saying, we can't see you live, blah, blah, blah. I reach out to partnership, at YouTube, and I'm like, hey, there's an issue here. We're not being seen. You know, what can we do? And they're like, it doesn't look like there's anything wrong on our side. And I'm like, look, I'm telling you, I at least always have 30 to 40 people in here, you know, maybe lowest ever, maybe like 10 to 12 or something. I was like, there's a fucking issue. They're like, hey, we understand, you know, your frustration. We just don't know what's going on or how to fix it. So a friend of mine is like, hey, I've told you about Mixer twice now. The first time he ever told me about it was called Beam, before they sold to Microsoft. And he was like, Mixer. He's like, who the fuck cares? At least we can watch you. He's like, I'll give you a $50 donation if you go on Mixer and stream right now. And I'm like, well, fuck, $50 and somebody gets to come watch me. Sure, what the fuck do I have to lose? Yeah. So we go to Mixer. Over there, it was predominantly a Xbox crowd. Yeah. Obviously, being Microsoft and stuff like that. So no one's got their hands on this alpha for BO4, basically. I stream over there. We keep it going. Like, we don't shut it down, right? And I do too. I think it was a great platform. It was nowhere near as toxic as what Twitch can be. No. Don't get me wrong. There's some good people on Twitch, but Twitch just is not. It's not the same. And I started out on Twitch, so I just want people to understand when I say I miss Mixer, I really do miss the people in the community 100%. So Xbox UK, I get a host from them, and I'm like, Xbox UK. I look them up on Twitter, and I'm like, holy shit, this is fucking Xbox themselves in the UK, the UK branch. I get hosted by them. I get hosted by Jukebox TV. I get hosted by some other big names on the platform. Next thing I know, we're back to sitting at 600 to 2,000 people watching live over the next couple days.
Nice.
You know? Yeah, dude. And I'm like, shit, maybe there's something here. Holy fuck. And I didn't want to do it, you know? So 2 or 3 days later, when we're still doing it was like the last day or another day ahead of this whole thing being done with the Call of Duty. Me and my brother kept it going. At that in like two or 3 days, I gained like 4,000 followers.
Holy cow!
You know? Exactly. And I was just like, fuck, we can't stop now. Well, staff, I didn't know at that time, but there were some people that were friends of mine who have been on Mixer before, and they knew what their color, the color of their name was in the chat. They were like gold.
Yep.
That meant that it was staff.
Yep.
And someone comes in and they're like, hey, we're Mixer staff. We would love to get you into a phone call if you have time. And here's how much of a dick I am, because my community comes first, my viewers come first when I'm live.
Yeah.
Now, when I'm not live, I take care of regular business. But when I'm live, it's my time to give to them.
Yep.
So I asked them, I was like, hey, chat. It's kind of fucked. It's funny. I was like, chat, they wanted me to call into Microsoft at Seattle, the main branch. And I was like, do we take this call or do we keep fucking playing Call of Duty? And all of them at that time, they're like, dude, take the call. You're going to get partner. And I was like, I don't fucking care about that. While staff is in there. I was like, I don't fucking care about a partnership. I was like, do we take it or not? It's up to you guys. And luckily, pretty much 98% of them was like, do the call. I was like, I just want to let you know. I have to mute my mic because there's probably going to be personal things that are said. And they're like, no, dude, we'll wait.
Nice.
So, no lie, on stream, 3 days total of being on Mixer. I call and the guy's like, hey, my name's Millie. He's like, we love what you're doing here. We see a bright future. He's like, I just want to let you know, we don't approach people for partnerships. They come to us, they fill out. They're like, you're the first one that we have ever approached. This was right when they switched over.
Oh, wow.
Through Microsoft. Yeah. So that was a cool feeling. Number one, I'm like, all right, cool. What do you got? Let me hear. He's like, hey, we would love to partner you. We want to give you a sub button. We're actually going to give you 85% of your sub button. He's like, all other partners only get 50 to 60%. I was like, no shit. He was like, yeah. Me and Millie became good friends. We met at PAX a couple times. He was actually the reason, I don't know if you know this, but Millie was the reason, and a very good reason, that Mixer shut down.
Okay. Yeah.
Did you know that?
Yeah, I think I heard something about that. Yeah.
Millie is a very awesome businessman. I still talk to him to this day. He's worked with Rogue Company and a couple others, but he was a black gentleman.
Yep.
That was racially profiled. That was my partnering manager.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I guess he's the one that the tweet started going viral through right before.
Yeah, 100%. Yep. He put him on blast, and he should have. And I'm glad he did. 100%, man. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, no, yeah, because that stuff needs to stay out of this. I mean, well, actually, you were talking about all the stuff in the beginning with all the haters about your son and stuff like that. So basically, you were the first hate bot, that kind of the hate raid, what we're facing now. I mean, if you think about it.
Yeah.
So that just goes to show that it's always been around here. It's not a new thing. It's just
no.
It's more controlled than what it was back then. And I think, I don't know. It all has to do with the people too that come in and out, and all. And the situation with society the last few months, it's just really put everybody on edge and bored. I mean, there's other things I could think about being bored than causing hate and discontent with everybody else. But there are people 100%. That do that. But no, that is awesome to hear. I didn't realize that. I didn't know that part of your career history. So that was pretty interesting to know that. So that just goes to show that there is hope for everybody.
I should have stopped. I should have quit a long time ago. I wanted to. If it wasn't for people in my community, to be honest, I'll be very real about this. And like I said, no one ever feel bad for me because I love life and I love where I'm at. Okay. It wasn't for my son. And if it wasn't for my community that I had that had followed me from place, I wouldn't be here today. I promise you 100%. 100%.
Well, like I said, I mean, that just goes to show, I mean, community, to the ones that care, community does come first. So, you know, you guys keep us going, you know, even though it doesn't matter, especially the further you get down the rabbit hole of content creating, and it is a rabbit hole, um, because it has more ups and downs than life does. and it's a quick up and down. It's not like a gradual like we go through life. It's like you drop or you rise. There's no in between. But no, you just got to be careful what you do. But yeah, I mean, everybody has it in them. Everybody has a creator in them, one way or the other.
Oh, I believe that. Yeah, you can't tell me that there's you know, that those quiet types that are out there. There's still a community there for you. You have some type
Chad.
of artistic you have some type of artistic piece to you.
Yeah.
I truly believe that every single person in this world has something about them that cannot be offered through someone else. Okay?
Yeah.
Whether they've tapped into that or not, they don't know. But when your friends or acquaintances, family say that they really think your strong suit is something, you might want to step back a little bit and actually think about what it is they're saying. And if they believe in you, no one's going to go out of their way. I promise you, most people, a very big percentage of people is not going to tell you that you're good at something when you're not, because no one wants to see anyone fail.
No.
You know what I'm saying? There's a good intention there is what I'm trying to get at. So you have to think like, yo, this person believed in me enough to say like, oh, you're a good writer.
Yep.
Or, you know, you got an art for content creator, whatever, a musician, whatever it may be.
You know, that's, you know, it's just like what I tell everybody. It's just like, you know, creator, you know, we're all creators because one way or another, we all bring something into existence. And that's the definition of a creator. You know, Chad's one of my mods and he's been with me since the beginning. And he's always here one way, you know, when he's not working, he's always with me. And he's one of the reasons why, and a few of my other ones that come in regularly, they're the reasons why, even though the self-doubt demon always in the back of your head saying you're not good enough, you're never going to make it. I think about them and it's just like, well, you know, I do it for them, I don't do it for me. But anyway, man, that was a deep conversation.
Yeah, man, it is what it is.
Hey, that's good though. Yeah, because like I said, and that's what I want to do. I want to bring, you know, I'm not saying we're fake behind the camera. I mean, there are some of us that are fake behind the camera, but for the most part, you know, gaming, entertaining, but this is bringing the creators in to, you know, sit down and just tell their story the way they want to tell it, however they want to tell it. You know, that's why one reason why I don't I'm not signing a contract, affiliate or partner with this channel, because I wanted to be able to have that freedom. You know, I'm not bound. I mean, I'm still bound by TOS, but I'm not bound by the stricter versions of TOS, I guess, the way I look at it. But I want everybody that goes through these VODs, even though, you know, it's slowly growing, but, you know, that's it. I don't want a fast growth because I don't think I'd be able to handle it right now because of my, you know, my full-time job that I do. But no, this channel is to promote the person as a person and not just as a person behind the camera. And but on the business side of things, you know, one thing I know everybody, even like I said, 90% of my people that I watch are from Mixer because that's where I met, you know, it's where I met everybody. I know the viewership over on Mixer was extravagant for some, you know, and then they come over here, you know, everybody's taking a hit on viewership. Why do you think that is? I mean, was Mixer inflated on views?
All right. You know how real I am. You ready for this talk?
Go.
Mixer was inflated as fuck.
Okay.
So if you don't know my background, like we talked earlier, I have been around computers my whole life, whether it was malicious, whether it's working for a multi-million-dollar company as basically a quote unquote glorified hacker that saved them millions of dollars, hundreds and thousands of dollars, or just personal things. I can tell you that I usually do check data. It's always going to be a part of me. I hate doing it nowadays, but if it's something worthwhile to me, which meaning money in pocket or understanding how a certain algorithm may work, then I'll put my time into it. Otherwise, I just don't give a fuck and I go and do something else.
Yeah.
I do truly believe, from what I've seen, this is objectively speaking, Mixer was highly inflated. Hosting over there, auto hosting was a huge thing. On Mixer, you had a lot of people that would either leave their Xboxes on or their PCs up. Yep. And even if they didn't chat, that would stay as a viewer that whole fucking stream. Even if they didn't touch their computer in 2 days. You stream one day, you got off, you got on the next one, they're still in your chat. That still counts as one full viewer. Yep. Okay. To me, it was a view, 100%, Riga, 100%. That is inflation to me. I also have seen personally, they're not a thing anymore. Whether people want to argue this or not, I have seen it with my own eyes. Mixer did inflate their own channels. Okay. And if you don't remember any of the bullshit talks on whether, Twitch coming at Mixer or other platforms or things on Twitter, Mixer would definitely inflate their own channels and views. So usually in any category, it could be anywhere from 10 to 1,000 extra viewers per category just to make it look like, which in theory, as a business aspect, made other companies want to involve themselves. They'll be like, oh, we see this viewership is here. Let's give you a lump sum of money for ad space or anything, like that. So it was smart. Microsoft's not fucking dumb.
No.
They're there for a reason, and that's to make money, not to make people happy, to make fucking money.
Exactly.
So yeah, I can see it. Yeah, I can see it from both perspectives, 100%. Yeah. It sucked for the creator because sometimes you thought that you were gradually just, booming, as opposed to sometimes you would go way down and be like, what the fuck happened? Like, did I piss someone off? Did I do something wrong? Blah, blah, blah. So that part kind of sucks, but
yeah, it takes the mental, it's one of those. So what I was talking about, it's either a very high or it's a drop in the bucket low, and your psyche, it doesn't matter how strong your psyche, unless you're just trained not to give a shit, your psyche is going to take a hit on that, and your mental stability is going to go down the drain. And that's the reason why, like I said, that's the reason why you see so many streamers bottom out, is because they can't take the mental back and forth. And trust me, I'm just like him. It's just, I've done it too. Before I started this channel, I was actually getting ready to sell all my equipment. I was done. But,
oh shit. Yeah.
So, I mean, this channel and all my friends that I've made throughout the years, you guys, the guests and everything else that I've brought, I'm starting now to feel better about myself, to where now I'm starting to go out past, my comfort zone of asking people. So,
oh, you actually had an issue with that?
Yeah. Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah. I was, like I said, I was to the point to where it's just like, I wasn't making any difference. And it was just, I was ready to give it up.
If I could say something to this, you keep pushing no matter what. Go as big as you can. I am You've never listened to the likes of, do you know who Gary V is by chance?
Yep.
I'm a huge Gary V fan. Okay. Um, you know how when he first started out selling wine, he would message 5,000 people a day and would rarely get one response. Okay. And he went as big as possible. Over the years, let's say he went 500,000 people deep with one response. But that one fucking response switched his fucking life around.
Yeah.
Just remember those things right there. Because business is business. People are conceited. People are assholes, or they want, when it comes to business, you have to understand that there's no family, there's no friendship. Yep. It's strictly fucking business. Yep. And that's it. That's a problem with a lot of people. It's actually, it's come across my head a couple times. Like, hey, I feel like I'm putting in more effort. I feel like I'm putting in the goddamn time. I feel like I'm doing more for people out there than most content creators are. Mm-hmm. However, there's there's a lot of different variables in there that can happen, and you can't beat yourself up about it. Even though I do, you can't.
Yeah, no.
And it takes me a while to realize that. I'll go through about a week spurt of depression and just be like, what the fuck? Why am I even doing this anymore, man? Yep. And it's the ones that really matter that will always be there, like some at right now, that still string me along. I mean, it's the honest to God truth.
Yeah. But no, I mean, don't take that as bad. I mean, he still enjoys doing it. He just, you're 100%. The reason why he does it, and that's what I think. That's the reason. I think that's what makes a creator. Somebody that's going to succeed. Because Hollywood actors, most of them do it for the money. But you got people like Keanu Reeves. You got people like, some of those other ones that stay out of the spotlight. They don't want it because they enjoy their craft and they enjoy bringing things to other people. That's kind of when you find a creator like Dom or somebody else like that does that's somebody to hang on to and to watch and actually to see them grow, especially if they're like a young creator, somebody starting out and they've got the drive. Because that's what I see so many young creators is like they got the drive, they've got what it takes, but they don't have maybe one person in their chat or something like that. And those are the ones I actually search out. If I'm bored, done doing what I'm doing, and I start going through Twitch chats and stuff or Twitch streams. I mean, I do it through YouTube. I'll do it through. I don't do it much on YouTube, but I'll do it like on Trovo and stuff like that. I'll just go through people's, and if I don't see them chatting, you can see it in their face.
100%.
And it's funny because you always see this. They're like sitting there gaming, and you can see their eyeballs go to their chat screen. You can tell where their chat screen's at. They're trying not to look at their chat, but the camera don't lie; it picks up on everything.
Yeah.
So
when I'm done streaming, I do like to show people who subscribe to me that put their hard-earned money into my pocket. Mm-hmm. I like to favor them.
Oh, yeah.
However, 80% of the time, you can ask Riga because she's usually in there every day, and some of the other ones, I will go and find someone low on the list as long as they do not have follower only chat on. And people, please, for the love of God, if you have under 50,000 people, 50,000 followers, do never ever put on follower only chat. I understand if there's a bot problem, a hate bot or something like that, there's precautions that you can take to where you don't. This is going to fuck you up more than you could ever imagine.
Yeah. In my defense, if you haven't, like when I reset this channel and took everything off of it that was on there before, I mean, there wasn't any followers or nothing, but I had some other stuff on there. When I reset it and reset the stream key and everything, it defaulted back to follower only chat.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, because when my very first talk on here, everybody was waiting like an hour to join. Thank God. I mean, like Chad was waiting, everybody else was waiting, and it's just like when the hour came up, you know, they're like, finally, I get to talk, and I'm like, what are you talking about? It's like it's on follower only. I'm like,
Yeah.
But
Yeah, no, some people don't know, but a lot of people do it only thinking that there's going to be some kind of growth there for them. I'll instantly tell you, if I come across, there's been times where I'll have high numbers and I'm going to drop off like 100 and some plus people to somebody that's got 3 people watching, and they got fucking follower only chat on. I'm skipping that. I fell through the loophole before to where people are like, oh, I don't want to follow them just yet. I don't know them, you know? So as soon as I see it now, I type and I say, hey, and if it goes through, then we'll continue with the raid, you know, afterwards. But yeah, please don't ever do that, people, unless there is a really, really, really good reason for it.
Yeah. I mean, and another thing is too, it's just like if you are up there in numbers and stuff like that, and if you want organizations to find you, don't make your VOD sub only.
Yeah. It doesn't really help, man. I get it. Like I know some of the bigger people do that. It just, to me, growth is growth, right? It just at that point, if you're gonna do something for your subscribers, do like a secret Snapchat.
Yeah.
Where you just say, hey, what's up, guys? And that's it. It doesn't fucking take any time out of your day. It's 3 fucking seconds.
Yep. Because I worked for the last organization I worked for. I was the content creator manager, and that was my job, was to go out and find content creators for this organization. So it's just like I would go to work and I'd come home, and after I was done with my stream or whatever, I'd spend a couple of hours going through Twitch chats. I would find some awesome people, go to look at their VODs, and I can't see them because it's subscribe only.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? You know, their thing got tossed on off to the side.
Now they've missed out on an opportunity.
And now, even though I don't work for that org anymore, but that org is actually growing. So, but no, that was just too much volunteer time that I was doing way too much with that org. So it's just like I couldn't handle it. But I'm happy to see they're growing. But yeah, all those people, you know, that could have been a part of that content creator team and watched and grow with this org, missed out because they had sub only or follower only chat on. So yeah, just little tidbits. But yeah, but you're, you know, because I've seen a lot of your TikTok. I love your food stuff on TikTok.
Thank you,
your
man.
food reviews. I watch those every time I get notification of a new one or something like that, and I'm like, you make me want to go to these places. I mean, that's it. I mean, have you guys had? I'm sure you all have, but if you have not seen him on his restaurant reviews on TikTok, yeah, you need to watch them. That'll make you go.
I want to know, people, that I take that. So, number one, it's fun for me, okay, because it's not gaming content.
Yeah.
I never wanted to be on TikTok. If it wasn't for one of my friends in streaming from Mixer and a mod of mine, I would have never gotten into it. I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to touch it. You know, I didn't like some of the data that's come across from TikTok, how they give out like some shit that shouldn't be out there of personal things. So I never wanted to touch it. I didn't believe enough to make me ever want to get into it. So Blades, a good buddy of mine, he says, hey, let me make you a TikTok. I'll do your uploads for you. We'll set it underneath of a different account. We'll put the SnipingforDom name on it. I'll take care of it all. And I was like, okay, well, I guess I don't really have anything to lose at this point. And then a couple people are there. They're like, Derek, you were doing food reviews on YouTube, and my YouTube channel's kind of old. Like, it's almost at 20,000 subscribers. And I was doing some food reviews here and there on there, which I didn't really realize that people actually liked.
Oh, yeah.
And they're like, hey, this is perfect. Put this shit up on TikTok. And I was like, I like doing these. this is something different than gaming creation. Do I want to be known for this? And I was like, it's fun and I enjoy it. So I started doing it, and holy shit, we've in just a couple months, man, we have been booming. And
I've seen that.
To know that, like, some of these places, I have people that have driven hours away to check out some of these places that I've put in wherever. So my main goal on this is, one, my objective is to let you know where you should go and waste your money. Right now, anytime, you know, even if you go out to eat, it's expensive, right? I mean, no matter where you go to eat, you don't want to have a bad experience. You don't want to spend a shit ton. And if you do, it better be goddamn worth the fucking money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's my whole premise on this thing, is letting you know what blew my mind. My scale is very hard. I am a bougie. The McRib, fuck that McRib. That McRib is goddamn trash. Trash.
It is now.
I haven't had one. Yeah, I was gonna say I haven't had one in probably like 6 years or something.
Oh, it's not the original.
It is fucking no.
And I heard they changed it again. Somebody told me they changed it again.
Yeah, I just did a review on it month or two ago, and it was I was pissed that I actually went out of my way to eat that for lunch. I was like, all right, I'm gonna do this review. I don't do fast food that much, but I know people like it because they can get their hands on it anywhere.
Yep.
You know, instead of traveling to all these places I go in the United States, or mainly here in Ohio. So I bite into this thing and I'm instantly fucking appalled. Instantly appalled, man. I'm like, first of all, give me a dick. I'll take a dick in my mouth. Over. I see you smiling over there.
No, I totally, yeah. Even I haven't had one probably in it's probably been a few years. You know, ever since they quit, you know, they drop it and bring it back, you know, one of those little bait and switch things. But yeah, it seems like every time they bring it back, it's different. And now I heard that they totally changed the recipe, so I'm like, done. I ain't even gonna try it.
It wasn't good. So with my scale, like I said, it's very, very tough. When I met my girlfriend close to a little under 5 years ago, I always loved food and alcohol, but I was pretty much like a cheap eater. Get in, get out, eat, blah. It was just a meal, right? I didn't like really appreciate fine dining, or I bitched about it, or, you know, I was like, whatever. And then I started appreciating food. So in the last like almost 5 years, that's all like come full circle. Like, I'm just like, now I'm like, I know that I'll never give a 10. There's, in my scale, anything over a 7.1 is something that you should go out and try at least once. If I hit the 8s, that's something that you should go and fucking have a goddamn great time, because that's a high score for me. If I hit the 9s, stop what you're fucking doing and make sure you get to this place as soon as possible. Okay. Nice. So this is why I look like this tonight. I just got done filming a local so I do the food reviews on TikTok, and then I do another series called Date Night Adventures.
Oh, okay.
So Date Night Adventures is me and Shelly. She's very selfish. She wants one night a week where it's just me and her. Okay. Because I do like hanging out with friends, and a lot of people, like, you know, they treat me with respect and we all have a good time. Yeah. Well, and it's fair. It's definitely warranted. So one night a week, she picks date night. She picks where we go. She's taken me to phenomenal breweries, you know, bistros and it's been a fantastic experience. This is why this whole thing's come into fruition, I guess, if you will. So tonight, where we went, this was a place that was probably maybe a 15-minute drive for me. and it is, I don't want to make any, if you guys follow me on TikTok, it'll be out tomorrow in the morning.
Okay.
But it will be my highest to date local score that I have ever done in my life.
Ooh.
And I'm talking even as high as some of the places around the United States that we've gone that I never thought would get topped. It blew my mind. Yeah. So I take it very serious. I do not bullshit. If you know you went to Wendy's, y'all.
Is it the Baconator?
Yeah.
No, that's,
so
that's
I do.
Sweet.
I just want people to know, like, hey, should you really waste your money here? I take it super serious. I take it more serious, I think, than my streaming. No lie. Like, if I could do that every day for the rest of my life and give up gaming, I honestly think I would, because I have such a fun time doing it, and I think like it could eventually reach more people. And it saves people money.
Wonder if there's any way that you can start tagging like places like the Food, because I know like the Food Network probably has a hashtag or something to get them to. You never know. He might be what's that guy? The guy. What's the guy's name on there? Guy what?
Guy Fieri.
Yeah, he could be the next Guy Fieri.
I mean, it could be. I'm a big enough boy for it, you know.
I mean, he's been around for a while. It's about time for him to retire. I'm sure he's eating enough food. So
yeah. Well, I mean, look at what's that guy's name? Dame. You know who I'm talking about? The black guy that's got the gray and black goatee. Dame. He blew up. He's got his own Netflix special now.
I see the picture, but I don't know his name. I've seen some of his stuff, but I guess I mean, it's kind of like one of those things you see in passing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know who you're talking about. I just don't know his name. But
yeah, dude, he started out just doing fast food, like food reviews and stuff, and of course fast food helps a lot because anyone can get their hands on. Not a lot of people are going to be able to travel to Ohio or, you know, I've gone to South Carolina, I've gone to Tennessee and done food reviews, and I'm not sure how prominent it is to go on TikTok and search for hashtags. But one of the nice things that I have noticed about TikTok's algorithm, which is kind of cool, that I found out recently, wherever you're at, if you upload a video within a probably like 100 to 200 mile radius, you're feeding out to people in those local areas. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm in Tennessee, which a lot of them have been, because I just got back from vacation from Tennessee and I did a shit ton there, a lot of Tennessee viewers were able to find me. TikTok's algorithm's kind of fucking nutty, dude.
Yeah.
And I wish some of these streaming services would take fucking advantage on whatever the fuck they're doing.
Yeah, because I mean, you know, I don't know. I was one of these, I know, because TikTok communities are different communities than what we're used to as streaming. So it's like I've had the option to go live for a few months now. So it's like, I mean, I have my phone set up here to do it. It's just like I always just kind of like, I was terrified to go live on TikTok. I don't know why.
I'm the same way.
But one day I got bored. We were playing well, it was when Pacific dropped, you know. It's like, okay, fuck it. You know, I've had a few to drink. I'm ready to go. I didn't have to do much. So it was like one of those things. It's like, yeah, okay, now I'm live. It was like, holy fuck. I mean, they feed viewers to you.
No shit.
Yeah. I was only live for 20 minutes. I had over 440 some viewers. And
what?
I mean, they didn't all stick around, but I mean, they feed them and they come in. But yeah, because it was like, you know, search join chat. So, you know, it was just like, it was like boom, 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 boom. And I had a few people talk. Yeah, I had a few people talking to me. I think I made a $2. What we end up thinking? I made $2.60 that night.
Wow, that's crazy though, because I've been like I said, I haven't been on TikTok that much, but I'm enjoying the growth and the food reviews that I do. Yeah. And my views are really high. Like a lot of people are like, hey man, you know, like I have triple the amount of followers than you do, but you're getting double the amount of views that I have. And I'm like, Well, I also, stream every day and tell people when I've posted out a new video. I spam it on all social medias. I have a bigger gaming background
Yeah.
than anything. So, but that's crazy because now I almost did my first TikTok. So Wednesday, you were in there.
Yeah.
When I was doing the cigar stream.
Yeah.
I love doing that. It gives me a breakaway and I get to focus on nothing but the people in that chat. And I really have a good time doing it. Sometimes when the chat might be low and there's no one chatting, I'm just like, why the fuck am I doing this, man?
Yeah.
I could just be sitting here enjoying myself, But I've been thinking about doing TikTok, now that I'm able to do that on the live end. And maybe that's a thing. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, the only thing I noticed is like the chat runs really, really fast, and I don't know that there's a way to slow it down. I haven't looked in there that much. So, I mean, there's a lot of, especially if you have it would be almost like watching Ninja's chat, or Shroud's chat, but that's how fast it freaking
Shroud's
runs.
a god.
Yeah.
Shroud's a god.
Yeah.
Shroud's a god. All right, can we talk about something that might fucking piss a lot of people off?
Sure, I love pissing people off.
All right, so gaming from back in the day to where we're at now, I truly believe this, and some of my regulars have heard me say this. It is extremely hard to compete. I am one of the people that I still get every once in a while, not quite often, but every once in a while I get a lot of people that will come in and say, especially when it comes to first person shooters, that I could be hacking.
Oh yeah.
I am one of the main streamers that will instantly hold up my controllers and be like, look, I just want you to see this is a stock controller. I don't even use scuffs or anything like that. And a lot of these people nowadays, they're using Cronus Z's, Cronus N's. If they're PC gamers, I do love that gaming has come such a long way to where we are able to play with anyone on any platform. However, trigger warning for you PC people. PC brings in about 90% of the hacks. It's very rare that you're going to find a console hack that's out there. It's on older games, yes, 100%. You'll find that. If it is a console hack, it's more than likely a hardware thing, which is a Cronus Z, a Cronus Zen, Cronus Max, whatever they may be using. It's just a simple script that goes in that makes you have like no recoil, auto aim, which is still a hack in theory. So he said, I'm listening. But I don't think that it's awesome that we get, cross play. I think it's really fucking cool. I think consoles should be together and PC should still be in its same, just for many reasons. However, I think a lot of companies nowadays are dropping the fucking ball. And I also think that companies have their hands into some of these hacks. You can't tell me, for as long as Warzone's been around, they are just now implementing a quote unquote anti-cheat that it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense anywhere.
And to tell the honest to God truth, I think that anti-cheat, I think it's kind of like a placebo. I don't think it really works. It just sounds good.
It sounds good, yeah.
Because I played, because I was so excited, not excited, but I got the email in my email sitting there saying live for all PC players. It's like, okay, cool. So, after when I got done with what I was doing last night, I fired it up. The first few games that I played, I was actually doing better than normal. I didn't run into a lot of the things, but later on in the night we got, it's just like, I think they're still there. I mean, they're going to find a way around it. I mean, look at Apex. I mean, Apex, they found a way around their easy cheat or whatever they have. I mean, it's a cheat. I mean,
when PC's involved, I'm telling you, it's just so much easier. Consoles, I'm not saying that it can't be done. I can tell you it's 90% harder to write out a fucking script that is going to be implemented into that system's UI. It's just it doesn't happen.
Yeah, and my biggest fear is that if this anti-cheat, if it does actually work, that it's going to start, because it's an AI based, isn't it, on top of a reporting system?
Yes.
So
on top of the reporting, so yeah.
So what's going to happen that these guys that are actually good at the game and have their own skill set, you know, that are not hacking, this IA is going to pick up on the hacking as it and flag it as hacking and ban them. You know.
Yeah. I think that could happen as well.
You know, so that's why, because I'm not a firm believer in the AI hack or the AI anti-cheats because of that fact. You know, I mean, I think I'm with you. I think a lot of the hacking would go away if they would just quit doing cross-platform. Let the PCs hack against the PCs, and you know, the only reason why there's so much hacking out there is because they know they can get away with it because of the console players. You know, that's just mine.
He said, "I'm gonna throw punch someone."
Oh yeah, he got banned from Apex, and he doesn't know why. He doesn't even play Apex.
Jesus.
His account was banned, and they won't give him. They say it's not banned on their side, so he doesn't know. He's tried both Steam and EA or Origin, and it says every time he fires it up, it says that he showed me the screenshot. It says he's banned.
That's crazy. Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah.
I have been lucky enough. You guys will be the first. I haven't even put out a picture about this yet. I have actually had my PS5 for over a year now, and I love it. It is the best console I have ever had, and this is coming from an Xbox fanboy, but PlayStation in the past 3 years has changed my life, man. I've become such a huge fan. I didn't want to spend. It was so hard to find an Xbox Series X. Mm-hmm. I didn't want to buy an S. It was pointless to me if you were trying to get into next gen gaming.
Yeah.
Especially as a streamer. And so I didn't want to pay double because I'm not that big of an Xbox fan anymore. But I was actually yesterday, I actually was able to get my hands on a Series X.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so now I got both new console. I get kind of reamed. No lie. Everyone is like, by now you should have swapped to PC, blah, blah, blah. And I get a lot of hate. You know, it's good hate, but it's also like, I understand why you want to be on PC for a lot of people. You got the extra frames per second. You know what I'm saying? Like graphics. I mean, everything. I think it's a little bit more costly to be a PC gamer. And what really fucking flips me out, if you don't have a top notch, and I mean like a $1,500 to $3,000 PC, a lot of these Warzone streamers who play PC can't even fucking stream it from one PC without it fucking up.
Oh no.
Because it's so heavy, you know, they got to have a 2 PC setup. To me at that point, to buy a console, even if it was overpriced, and then get yourself a capture card, it just, I don't understand. Like, does the frames per second really make up for all that extra bullshit you have to go?
No, I mean, the only reason why I switched to PC, because one, it was a challenge, because I love a challenge of learning a new thing, you know, and because I tried it like in the beginning, because Chad's a PC player and he's always trying to get me to go over to PC, and so I did one time. He's like, man, it's just too fucking. It's just like playing the Madden games. I can't play Madden games because there's too many controls and stuff like that. I can't play those sports games. Because I mean, I'm coordinated, but for some reason, when it comes to those, I'm just not fucking coordinated. So it's like I was really worried about it. So I tried it one night. It's like, no, I'm not gonna do it. And then finally, my controller broke on my Xbox, and so I was waiting for another one. I just downloaded everything onto the PC. And I have my Xbox is actually sitting up there collecting dust now. I haven't even fired it up.
No shit.
Yeah.
Huh. That's wild. Are you a first-person shooter at all?
Yeah, I play Warzone.
You're telling
Apex.
me that you honestly believe that there is more button interaction in Madden than there is Warzone?
No, not now. Not after doing that.
Oh, okay.
But see,
okay.
I'm not like one of those full-blown ones that use every single tactic or button. The only thing I care about is to be able to aim my gun and shoot it and throw my grenades. That's the only, and run and.
Oh, okay.
I'm
so
just,
you're not slide canceling, jumping, and then centering shot. Okay,
no,
okay.
No.
That's why I was sitting there. I was like, "Yo, what are you talking about?"
No, I'm usually the backup or the man meat or whatever. I'm the one that draws fire away from everybody else. But every once in a while I'll get lucky and get 4 or 5 kills. But
okay,
no.
yeah.
But I
still have fun.
Yeah, I play it for fun. I don't care if I win or lose. I mean, yeah.
That's a way to call me out.
Yeah, he's my back. He's my carry. I'm usually in his backpack when we play Call of Duty. But no, talking about hackers and stuff like that, you know, it brought me back as I was going to think about it too. You know, we were talking about in the very beginning about entering the blood code for Mortal Kombat.
Yeah,
that was a hack.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a hack for the day, but it wasn't classified as a hack. It was classified as a mod, you know.
Yeah.
But so our generation was the first hackers of video games, by the way. But
gaming's just come such a long way, man. It's just there's so many variables that are involved nowadays. Just don't make.
No,
I still get competitive, don't get me wrong. Any game that I touch, even if I know, like, I'm probably, you know, maybe play a certain game once or twice, I give it my fucking all. Like, I try if it's a first-person shooter, I know I'm good. Like, it may take me a little while to adapt to whatever they have going on, but that's just been my whole career.
Yeah.
You know, first person shooters is I mean, for fuck's sakes, I was a sponsored COD player, you know? And I hated seeing once 2019 came out, Modern Warfare, I knew then that was no lie. You ever seen a grown man cry over a video game? I'm not gonna lie. Riga and some of my regulars can tell you it hurt my soul to know that was the end of me, because that was my a shit ton of my viewership. My whole growing was built around Call of Duty. I was a spawn trapper. I used snipers. I did shit that people wasn't supposed to be able to do. I put sick ass montages together that blew people's minds. You know? And when they brought out the new mechanic system for Call of Duty, it crushed. Like, I was drinking 4 to 5 days a week. That game dropped.
Oh, damn.
I'm not lying. I'm 100% being on my son's life, being very real with you right now. And I had to make a decision about 3 months in. Look, you either go down a fucking dark ass hole, or you pull the fuck away from something that you've loved for 16 years and that's built your career. I literally cried for days because I didn't know what to fucking do.
Oh, wow.
I had no idea what to do, and that's the honest to God truth.
Damn.
Yep. Luckily, I was able to. It was cool to see when I pulled away from it. A game came out called Rogue Company. I ended up getting partnered with them pretty quick. Loved it. Never have I ever gotten in third-person shooters, but for some reason that game connected with me, and I was a fucking monster at it. And Hi-Rez is notorious for killing their games and letting them just like run out really quick, and that's what happened. So then I went to Splitgate, become a partner with them. One of the coolest things out of my 10 years, which is really, really dope. And it's shitty because all the years that I was sponsored as a COD player, I never had a piece of me in a game. My own logo, you can get in Splitgate and use it as a spray.
I've seen that.
How dope is that, man?
I've seen that.
Yeah.
No, that was cool. What do you think about the new Halo? What do you play? You played it, so.
I am madly. When I say this, I haven't touched the game in a week now. I am madly in love with that game. I've never been a crazy Halo head, I guess, if you will. That game is fucking phenomenal. They murdered, and I mean in a good way, murdered that game. Brilliant. The player base, the rank system,
I like the rank
all fucked
system.
up. The rank system's dope. It's just they expect me because of the stats that I have.
Oh.
They'll put 3 people on my team that, you know, I'll average 15 to 20 kills most of the time, every single game, no matter the game mode. And the next 3 will have no more than 4.
Oh shit.
So like I think that their skill, I don't think anyone gets skill-based matchmaking. I don't think skill-based matchmaking now in ranked, it makes sense.
Yeah.
But that means to me, when you say skill-based matchmaking, that these people should be allowed that if I'm queuing, they should be somewhere. Yeah. They don't have to be better. They don't have to be that much lower than me, but on average, somewhere in the same skill gap that I am.
Yeah.
I had people when I was playing ranked, like religiously for like 2 weeks straight, I had people like I would be in let's say plat 5. Some of these people weren't even finished with their placement matches yet.
Oh wow.
Some of these people were in like gold 1, bare gold, just got out of silver. That doesn't make sense to me at all. But that skill-based matchmaking states like, hey, this guy's good enough, he's supposed to I don't like that. And it did my head in, man. I streamed, that was the most I've ever streamed in the past 2 years. I put in, usually I'm good for about 20, 25 hours a week. 4 to 5 hours a day, 5 days a week, something about that. Okay. The first 3 or 4 days, I had 50 some hours in.
Oh shit.
Once it fully, yeah, dude, that's what I'm saying. I was in love, madly in love with this fucking game.
Yeah. No, I mean, I've never been, I've watched a few games here and there of, the old Halos, but I've never played Halo. And everybody was, sitting there saying, oh, you ought to try it if you never played it. It's like, okay, so I downloaded it. No, I love it too. I like it. I like the feel of it.
It's so good.
Yeah.
And I hate being back on Xbox. I'm looking at my PlayStation like last week, right? Before I took a week off of it. And I'm looking and I'm like, it's looking at me and we're having a moment, right? She starts crying. I start crying. Like,
Yeah. But no.
Yeah. But TTK is a lot longer in Halo, but if you've ever been a Halo player, then that's what you were used to.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's like everybody was telling me all this stuff about all the. It's like, dude, you got to realize I'm a noob when it comes to Halo. I mean, it's just, yeah, it plays. I guess because I played Splitgate for a little while, I knew kind of sort of the feel for it, but so I think that kind of helped me out, anyways. But I like Halo over Splitgate, but yeah, it was just it plays so smooth. I like it's a relaxing game to me, even though it can get a little ragey sometimes. But
for the nerds out there that are Halo nerds, they have introduced, from my understanding, what SWAT back in the day, which was a headshot only mode.
Oh wow.
So it was an instant kill for one headshot, right? Body shots just didn't really. That's what SWAT was built around, precision and aim.
Yeah.
Well, it's not called SWAT anymore in Halo because the developer who worked on Halo 2 and Halo 3, who invented the SWAT game mode, actually works with Splitgate and their main developers. Okay. That's why if you ever go on Splitgate, they still have Team SWAT as a game mode and not Halo.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I remember seeing that, because like I said, I've watched it. I like watching. There's some games I always like watching because it was more relaxing to watch than actually play, and plus I didn't understand the mechanics of them. But
sure. Yeah.
But now it's just like it was free. It was on Xbox Game Pass. I downloaded it, and I'm glad I did. It's one of those go-to games when I'm really irritated with COD. I'll go play Halo.
Yeah, I'm actually interested in my schedule. So, don't get me wrong. I have a nice life. I can do whatever I want anytime. But I still haven't hooked up that Series X. But I can't wait to try Halo and see if there's a difference on that Series X.
Oh yeah.
As opposed to my Xbox One X.
Yeah. But also there was one thing, I don't know if you've heard it or not, but going back to TikTok. Did you hear that they dropped a live streaming service?
Yeah. So they have like their own
Streaming platform.
thing. Yeah, their own streaming platform. Yeah.
It's kind of
I don't.
it's very light. There's not much to it.
Okay.
But
Now, I was gonna say I don't know if they would have that perfected yet.
no.
I would still probably use like Streamlabs in some sort to do that. I've never gone live on TikTok, so I don't know any of this.
Well, I downloaded because when I was sitting there when I was going to bed last night, I was going over some of the news in my email, and I had seen that, and I'm like, what? So I came back in here, fired everything back up, and I downloaded the app or the program just to see what it was all about. It's bare essential. I mean, it's at least they're not copying OBS like everybody else has. And they're not copying Twitch. I mean, it's a very, like I said, it's a beta. It's a very, very, very low key beta version right now. I don't think it has the capability for overlays and alerts and all that stuff. Because I couldn't find it, but I really didn't get too far into it last night. But the fact, I emailed them. I said, this is great. Or I sent a support ticket. I said, this is great. I go, but I think you would have more people interested in live streaming on TikTok if you would just open up the stream key and let everybody have a stream key to put in their OBS. Instead of, because you can request a stream key, you might get one, you might not, because I guess they.
Oh, see, I didn't even know that.
But I guess because the reason why that is because they're on a third party service. They don't have an actual server that that like Twitch and YouTube and all of them do. They farm it out to somebody else. So that's the reason why stream keys are only given out to certain people.
I will say there is. Not off topic, but it's still TikTok related. There's two people that I'm glad that TikTok brought into my life. There's two creators. Now, I don't know their names instantly offhand, but I can tell you what they do. There is a guy, it looks like he should be from like Texas or something. He wears a cowboy hat and he does a lot of reviews on, like stitches, I guess. He'll say makes sense, and then they'll do something really fucked up and he'll be like, what? That dude, I don't know why, but he fucking makes me laugh. And there's one other kid that he does these kind of like mix-ups between wordage, like things like let me try to find an example here. He'll say something like, oh God, I really wanted to talk about this too. Forget about it, because now I can't remember. God damn it!
You guys have to bring it up the next time he streams. What was you going to talk about?
Yeah, I know, right?
Because that's the way it is. You sit there and want to talk about something, and then wake up at 3:30 in the morning. It's like, oh, this is what it was.
Yeah. That's what it was. But that's the part of age with us, I guess.
Yeah. But no, I mean, I think TikTok's on the right. I mean, if they can perfect that streaming service with their what would they have? What they say they have, like, I can't even remember. It's in the millions of viewers, on a daily basis on TikTok. They dominate. Over that's the reason why YouTube went to Shorts. That's the reason why Instagram went to Stories and Reels.
Yeah, exactly.
Is because and Facebook went to I think they got Stories now. Is because of TikTok, and TikTok is actually, when I seen that, I was just like, because I asked, because I know at one time, it was like, I think it was a year ago, the web browser that, you can or not the web browser, but the PC app you can download onto your PC for TikTok, it used to have the capability of hitting a live button and grabbing a stream key, but you still had to have the minimum of 1,000 followers or whatever to actually go live on it. But you were able to implement that stream key into your OBS and run it off your OBS. Now there are some like third-party services, like I think it's like Lola, kind of like a restream service. I think Lola is actually the only one that you can actually, besides Streamlabs, you can stream live off of Streamlabs. But
if not in the TikTok, you just click go live and that's it.
Yeah.
That simple. The
But
shit, yeah, you can go down a black hole in TikTok 100%.
oh fuck,
You can definitely go down, and some of it might, it's intriguing stuff. I think there's a lot of falsified bullshit that's
oh
on there.
yeah,
I'm a conspiracy theorist to the max, all right?
yep,
There's some of the stuff that I've seen on there to where I'm just like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah,
like,
no.
this doesn't even, it's so far-fetched.
Oh, and
But,
it's funny watching him get called out because you'll have people on their chats calling him out and stuff like that. It's like, what are you talking about? Do you not even read history, or do you not even read this? Or it's like, go get him. But yeah, because there's this kid, he posts this. I mean, he's all like real serious and everything when he posts, and I'm like, dude, half of your stuff isn't even. It's not even realistic. I don't even know where in the hell you're getting it from.
Yeah.
But he's got the views. I mean. But that's all it is. That's why you got to be careful
and
of those people.
And it sucks to see someone like that too, because they've got enough presence that they have the ability to change someone's mind for the good or the worse.
Yep.
And most of the time when it's stuff like that, it goes to the worst, and then they end up fucking these people up. I don't understand, like, it blows my mind how some of these content creators, just because they might be getting a little bit of cash, they think that it's okay, or that their popularity matters. Popularity shit, man. If you're not doing something good for someone in the right way, it's throwaway. You know what I'm saying? I hate seeing it, man.
Yeah, because they've got the talent, they just don't know how to use it.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, my dude, is there anybody who has any questions that you have never asked him? Tonight's the night to do it. If you have any questions,
out, anyone. You guys know I'm an open book. If you don't know me, ask me anything. I will give you a straightforward answer. The wine cannot let me lie.
But yeah, just make sure that the only thing I do ask is make sure it does stay in TOS. I know that's a very, very long. I mean, I don't even know what TOS on Twitch is anymore, to tell you honestly the truth.
Actually, anything good, anything is pretty good TOS wise, unless you pull your dick out or tits. Yeah. Pretty much, yeah.
So,
or you drop some racial slurs or something like that on it, which doesn't come from me. So if there's anybody that wants to know anything about me, please. I don't care how personal it is. I'll answer it for you. That's why I'm doing this.
But there goes my question. Damn it. Well, you can DM and letter, and then he'll let me know what it was.
Slide through them DMs, girl. No, if anything was, people watching the VOD afterwards of it are still in here, I just want people to know, don't ever give up, because good things do happen. I'm in a good spot. I really, truly am. And it's not that gaming's in a good spot for me right now, because a lot of my regular people, they know that I'm in a very gray area. And what I mean by that is, for someone that has done this for so many years, to platform, that has had the growth here and there and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I might have almost 100,000 followers on Twitch. But a lot of that's come and gone over 10 years. It's to be expected. You're not always going to be in the spotlight, and it can be very hard, even for people that might look, that think, they want to be like me one day. I promise you, all of it's not ever going to be easy.
No.
You go through a lot of battles of different things, whether it's viewership, whether it's money. Once you get to a certain point and this is your business, it's extremely tough. So whenever a content creator might be having a bad day, it's never okay for them to do some things out of the ordinary, but just try to remember that we're just people just like anyone else, and sometimes it gets the best of us. It's not easy. It's not just about playing video games. I promise you it's not. There's 100 other things that we have to do. Twitch, anyone that wants to get into content creation, do not keep your content on one area. Twitch does not work for you 24 hours a day. There are certain services that potentially can work for you 24 hours a day. On Twitch, you can only get seen when you're live.
Yep.
That's why you need to make clips. You need to post them to Twitter, to Instagram, have the right tagging, put YouTube videos up, and all that's TikTok, whatever it is. So just remember, if you do have a passion for this industry, you have to understand all the things that go on behind it. And it's just not clicking live, playing games, laughing, and trying to talk to people.
Yeah. And also when he's talking about clips, you know, and the things we talk about in here, they're not any type of promotional items for these companies or corporations that we're a part of or anything else like that. But talking about clips in TikTok is a very good depository for clips. I've seen a lot of people grow from their clips that they put on TikTok. But there's web-based programs out there. Even you can even do it on your phone. There's one that I personally use. I started using. It's called Streamladder. And what it does, it will take your clip. You can link you don't have to link. I think you just type in your channel name and hit submit, and it pulls your recent clips, and you can go through those clips. And it's got and of course everything's a paid version. It's got a non-paid version and a paid version. But the paid version or the non-paid version even has a few templates, and what it does is it pulls those clips and it puts it into the vertical format for you for TikTok and Instagram and even YouTube Shorts. And you can position your it has a thing to where it'll grab your camera, and you can position your camera anywhere in the vertical sense of the 10 by 80 or the 1920 by 80, and you can, and what it'll do is it takes two captures of your gameplay. It takes one and puts it in the background and blurs it out, and then it puts another one in the center of it. So I mean, it's really professional.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, that's dope.
But like I said, the free versions, you get two templates you can use, but even the paid version I think is only $3.99 a month or $4.99 a month. I mean,
yeah, that's worth it in itself right there. If you're going to invest into, that's the easiest thing you can fucking do to help you get ahead.
So, and I can guarantee that most of those people that you see on TikTok that use the clips where that has the circle on their picture or on their camera and stuff like that, they use services like that. I mean, you can do it off of a video program, but it's going to take you probably, unless you're just pro at it, it's going to take you 2 or 3 hours to get everything down that way. This here is just a click of a button. It takes let's see, it takes normally 2 minutes. Once the download gets to you, you can do it on your phone. I do mine at work when I'm at work. If I feel like I want to post something, I'll sit there and download the clip on, I'll download it into the program, into the web-based program, and then it does it, and then you have the option of automatically uploading it to TikTok, or you can download it to your phone or to your PC, and then you can re-edit it if you want to. But
that's pretty cool. Yeah, I didn't know how that all really worked either. Blades takes care of my gaming clips, and then I just do the food reviews by myself.
But yeah, I think you ought to really try doing those food, hit the go live button when you go do one of those things one of these times. And
yeah, who knows, maybe the next cigar stream won't be on Twitch, it'll be on TikTok. I mean, fuck. I mean, you can't lose anything, right? No.
Like I said, I mean, and like I said, I have a funny feeling though, if TikTok can master that streaming platform and put it on their own servers, I think Twitch will be hurting. I think they will be the one that will actually start putting the knife into Twitch.
I was gonna say, if they have an option to where you can fully put, just like OBS through Twitch, if that's a thing on TikTok, game over.
Yep,
100%. So many people are already. I mean, first of all, you got all these new people. The only people that are coming to Twitch is people who have been here for a while, or two. They hear through the grapevine. If you want to learn about a game or anything like that, that's where you go.
Yeah.
Or they've seen someone's TikTok like Mercs or Dr. Disrespect or someone like that, and they go, "Oh, I'll go check out Twitch. I want to watch them live."
Yeah. I mean, even if, till now, I mean, even with that streamlined service they have, I think we both a little had. I haven't eaten. I mean, I only had like a little snack before I came home, and I'm I'm done with my second beer, so my second long neck. So, but no, I think if TikTok can, even with, like I said, with their streamlined version they've got, I still think they're giving them a run for the money. I mean, it'd be a good thing to use, like you said, to like demo a game or something like that. And
right.
But I mean, like, and it's just like I told them, it's just like, I mean, this is a great thing to do, but if you can't put it on your own service, find some way to give us a stream key, and let us use our OBS or our, whatever broadcasting.
100%. That's gonna be a game changer, right there.
But so when do you go live? When do you go live on Twitch?
So I'm supposed to be live tomorrow morning. I'll be live for a couple hours if I wake up with. So I'm not a wine drinker, right? No. So I've had some bourbons, and then got about a quarter bottle of wine left here. So I have a very important call that I have to take at 11:30 tomorrow. But normally my times are Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday. I usually try to start by 7:45, 8 a.m. Eastern. That's clockwork for me. Every once in a while, you'll get some weekend streams with me and Dom. I like to spend time with my son, so it just depends on how the weather is and stuff. If it's nice, we go. I never do night streams. It just doesn't work out with my schedule. I would love to connect.
Drunk Fortnite
on both. Yeah, actually, the new season of Fortnite is fucking fantastic, and I have always hated Fortnite. I am not gonna lie. I cannot stop playing it. They introduced a new gun into the game, and it has ADS on it, an aim down sight. It's called the MK7, and you can find it everywhere. And that I don't build. My son's a Fortnite god. He's 9 years old. He is brilliant.
I can't build.
I don't at all. I'll put up a wall for coverage real quick. That's it. But goddamn, I am pretty fucking addicted right now to this new season of Fortnite. I'm not gonna lie, which says a lot because I hate Fortnite.
There we go, Chad. When you get into Fortnite, he's been looking for a new game to play. So
yeah, it's been my last 3 streams. So I don't miss. Yeah. But no, most of it, that, and then I try to upload at least 2 times, if not 3 times a week on TikTok right now. I got a new TikTok coming out tomorrow, which this one kind of blew my mind. I mean, it's local here in Ohio, so
that's nice.
I mean, if you're interested in seeing good food and the people that we meet, I always try to connect with the person that's taking care of us. Usually I always ask them questions, or I talk to the owners of the restaurant and stuff like that. They're all very kind whenever I do that. But they are pretty badass. I enjoy doing that content. I hope one day, I'm a baby right now. So, which is rare because I've done it on so many platforms. I know what eventually comes, but I'm really passionate about this content that's been going.
Well, like I said, from what you explained from day one, with Mixer and everything else, I don't see a problem with you blowing up off of that if that's what you want to do.
Yeah, we'll see. If not, I'll still do it because it's fun and it keeps me going. Yeah. So
yeah, and that's the way it is. I think that's what keeps the contact. Even though you have your downs, you just keep doing it if you like doing it. Because if you don't like doing what you're doing, don't do it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like that's one thing that I hate. That's one thing before we end is I always hated hearing when I first started is like, stream the top, the top whatever games or whatever, or not the top games, but the games that have like the medium sized views or stuff like that. It's just like I tried doing that, and some of those games I hated. And it's like no, so it's like I tell everybody, it's up to you, but I would recommend streaming the games you like to game.
Keep yourself happy. You're gonna burn your fucking self out.
Yeah, and not only that, like I said, that camera don't lie.
100%.
It doesn't matter how much of an act you can put on, unless you're just immaculate at it. You're gonna show your viewers if you like something or not. So
I used to be good at that, putting a front up. You know, I would still entertain. If there was money and stuff going through, I would still entertain, even though a part of me was like, I don't want to fucking be here. I don't want to be doing this. You know, that's where business kicks in.
Yeah.
But when there's nothing going on, there's no chatters, there's no money coming through, and you're having a bad time, I'm okay with nowadays. The older I get, I just don't give a shit as much. So I'm just like, hey, sorry for the ones that are here. I really do appreciate you. Thank you for being here. But I'm not okay in a mindset right now. I'm turning this off and I'm gonna go do something that's productive.
Yeah. And I think it's what we should do anyways. I mean, yeah, you need to not, and I'm preaching to my own choir when I say this, but you need to step away from the computer as much as you possibly can, because this shit does get addicting, and it's a mental thing that it's just like anything else. It brings your it releases the dopamine in your brain and stuff like that, because it's exciting, it's new, it's challenging, and it becomes addicting. So yeah,
the thought of always what if.
Yep.
What if I stay on an extra 20 minutes? That could have brought me 1,000 new viewers, because someone could have dropped. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I have somebody that I stream with every once in a while and play games. He's one of these diehard streamers, but he's a stay at home. He takes care of his wife and stuff, so this is all he does in between. So he's just like, well, you know, you never know. You know, that one person can come through, and it's just like, you know what? I got to be at work at 5 or at 6 a.m. in the morning, you know, getting 3 hours of sleep, driving a truck. It's probably not worth those, you know, 20 view raids, and then it might only have like 5 people. They'll be back. I mean,
yeah, right.
So, but no, your mental stability is really, really important.
Huge. Yeah.
But, well, if you guys don't have anything else, I'm going to let him go and finish out his date nights, and since I interrupted his date night with his wife or his girlfriend and girlfriend
Never
sorry
ever again.
And I realized that after I said that, it's like, oh shit, it's not his wife.
It's all good, man. It's all good.
But yeah, I really appreciate this. Thank you guys for coming out and supporting him. Like I said, this is not about me, this is about the creator. So when you guys come out and support, you're supporting him, not me. So with that, you're always welcome to come back on anytime. If if you want to come back on, if you have something you want to chit chat about or something like that, I'm always down.